Hello, 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 everyone. Welcome back to another video. Well, let's check it out. Let's see what I got for you right now. Korean cars? Check. Now, if you like those Korean cars that give you luxury and will not take your bank account to their bank account, so you no longer have one, you understand what I'm trying to say, then this is a car for you, and this is the right video for you. Why do I say that? But before there, I'm gonna give you a proper presentation. What I have for you right now, it's a 143 scale Hyundai Grandeur. Now, some parts of the world we call this car Hyundai Azera, but in South Korea, which is where the cars come from, they call this Grandeur. And it's okay, Grandeur, Azera, it's fine. Let me tell you something about this car. This car is very attractive to the point, not to lie, I was about to buy one of them about a few years ago. I mean, real car, a few years ago, because I really found them super luxurious, super attractive, and not even close to other brands that will provide you a luxury model so but this one is a lot more cheaper in price. Even as used, you find them a lot more cheaper than the example. I know you cannot really compare a Hyundai with a Lexus or with an Infinity or Acura, but obviously what you're paying for it doesn't say that compared to this car. What you're paying for this car as a luxury size vehicle, in another brand you're probably paying as a full size. Like, I'm not sure, I think Honda, probably the Accord was the same price as this one. But in comparison, the Accord and the Hyundai Grandeur or Azera, they were in two different levels in segments, if you understand what I'm saying. Now, going back to this specific model right here, this right here is the fifth generation of the Hyundai Azera or Grandeur. They came out in 2011 all the way down till 2017. This model right here. And actually, model years is 2012, but they started in production in 2011. Only built in South Korea. They only came as a four-door sedan. Its cousin, as you're familiar with the Kia Cadenza. That's its cousin brand, and the more or less one of their main competitors is the Kia Cadenza, and also the Toyota Avalon example. Engines. There's quite a few different engines. There's a 2.4, four-cylinder, and then we got the six cylinders, which is a 3.0 and a 3.3. In United States, we did not get the 2.4. We were with the V6 only here. I see there's also a hybrid petrol option, 2.4, but not in the States. Only that must have been Korea or other parts of the world. And the same thing with diesel. There was a 2.2 offer diesel four-cylinder, but we never got that option either. We only got the 3.3. That was the one that was sold here in the States at least. Transmission is a six-speed automatic only. No manual vehicle here, none of that. Okay. Okay, I'm reading here. It says here that this car Uh, main competitors was the Ford Taurus, the Dodge Charger, Chevrolet Impala, Buick LaCrosse, Nissan Maxima, Chrysler 300, and the Toyota Avalon, and the Kia Cadenza. All right, everyone. I'm gonna let this quite attractive South Korean car go around a few times, and I'll be right back. All right, everyone. I have to say this. South Korean cars, they came out a long, long way to get to build up their reputation. And I think they did a fantastic job. I know a lot of people still got their minds stuck in the 80s when they had the Hyundai Excel or the Hyundai Pony in other markets. And I know these cars were a lot more questionable. They're not being the most reliable. But let's all start thinking about other brands. Let's see. Toyota. When Toyota started, example, I'm going to give example here. The United States, they came up with with a little car here. I think it was a Civic. They started with no, that's Civic is Honda. The Toyota started with what is it? Corolla they had? I forgot, but they were small cars, nothing big surprising. Same thing with Subaru. Subaru started with a little car called the 360. It was a little bubble car, let's say that. I think K cars are like bigger than the Subaru 360. So what I'm trying to say, all these brands, when they start, they usually not they're not the most reliable, the most respected, but they want to go there. They want to build that track. And I think Hyundai, like Kia, I'm talking about brands that are sold in the United States, but I know in Europe they got brands like example Skoda and Dacia, brands that were not respected by no one back in the days. And now, especially Skoda, it's a brand that I I think I said it in a Skoda video that it's a brand that is being respected as one of the best brands in Europe nowadays, and that's a big achievement. So or let me say Skoda. Someone told me before it's not you don't say Skoda, you say Skoda. It's okay, I understand. Everybody pronounces them differently, right? All right, everyone. Let me know in the comments below. Do you remember this nice looking Hyundai Grandeur or Azera? How were they called in your country? Do you still see them around? Are they popular? Were they reliable? All right. And don't forget to give me a nice thumbs up. Thank you so much again. And subscribe. Click the bell next to the subscribe button. That will remind you when I'm posting more videos. Take care of yourselves, as I always say, more than ever. And goodbye.